Graph and Stu show, y'all. Let's get it. Yo, salute to everybody already here in the building, man. You guys know what time it is. Welcome to the latest installment of the Graph and Stu show. I am one of your hosts, Graphic Raider. Got my brother backstage. Going to bring him on here shortly. Salute to the greatest chat in YouTube history. As always, make sure you wipe them feet. Hit that subscribe button. Doesn't matter what channel you're watching on, Stu's or mine. We just appreciate you guys for being here. And also salute to our proud sponsors over at BetUS. This live stream is powered by BetUS. Make sure to head over there. Get 150% bonus on your first deposit, 125% on your next two by using promo code YouTube150, up to $2,000 fastest payouts in the industry. Once again, salute to our proud sponsors over at BetUS. This live stream is powered by BetUS. Got my brother Stu in the building, man. What's good, bro?
Hey, man. Great to see you.
Yes.
Let's see, what has it been, about 48 hours, I think?
Almost. Yeah, almost.
Wednesday, Monday? Yeah, right?
I can't even count the days anymore, bro. This weekend was a blur.
So, yeah, I mean, I guess let me start off, first of all, by saying that we'll go into things and about the weekend and stuff, but
yeah, definitely.
You know, I told you, hey, what up, man? What up, Wasted? So I got a great phone call today.
Yes, that was how I was going to start the show. So
okay.
I'm excited. You go ahead and bust. You say it. You got it.
So, you know, obviously, well, I don't know, maybe 4 years ago, I was, you know, awarded total and permanent disability through the NFL, and a very close friend of mine, Cliff Ryan, who's from Saginaw, who played for the Rams, who played at Michigan State. He's been a guy who's really been an advocate, helping me with the process of, you know, filing and doing all this. And then when I got that, he said, Stu, you should file for Social Security disability. So probably about 18, 19 months ago, I went on and did everything on my own and did all the interviews and all the stuff. And it's been this process, and there just wasn't anything going on with it. And I got the call today from Jennifer from the Social Security office, and I was awarded the total and permanent disability through Social Security. But what's really great about it is it also provides for my kids.
Benefits for you, your wife.
Yeah, benefits for my wife and kids. And it's been something that's really been like weighing me down like the last probably 18 or 19 months. And it's just been with this weekend and all the conversations that we had. And hey, Black Widow, thank you, Black Widow. And just again, getting that one time, because this was, you know, last year was the Colts game. I didn't go out to any Vegas games. I didn't go out to the Vegas games out here. And again, you know, my issues that I have with Purdue right now, and to be able to get the love from the Raiders and the Bengals and Johnny Morant and you, and then coming home and being awarded that, like, man, I called my wife. I was in tears today, man, because it's life-changing, man. It's something that I've been like, again, like,
we've talked about this behind the scenes a million times.
Yeah.
So, and I know it's been a waiting game for you for a while. So, man, brother, well deserved. Me and Tiff are very happy for you and the family, brother. Well deserved. And
thank you.
You know, for someone that's put their body, their mind, everything on the line for this game that we all love to just talk about, You did the walking. We just do the talking. You know what I mean? So you deserve it all, brother, man. Proud of you, man. And
I mean, the biggest thing is at this point in my life, anything I get, it's not for me.
It's about our kids, about our wives. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
Simple and plain. So
I know, like we were good, but I know now I'm like fully, my kids and my wife are good. If anything happens to me, because as men usually we tap out first. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, definitely. No, hey man,
it's a huge deal for me and my wife and family, and I'm just super excited about it. So I just wanted to start off with that. So
couldn't happen to anybody better than Stu, man. Salute to everybody in the chat also, man, saying salute to you and all that good stuff. Hey, man, we got a lot to talk about. We had a great weekend in Cincinnati. Once again, salute to Johnny Morant, man, and his beautiful wife as well.
Yep.
Beautiful individuals, man. Hey, if you guys, we're going to get Johnny on the show.
Yeah.
We're going to get him here and get him involved a lot more to some capacity here soon. Former 5th-round pick out of Syracuse, was a Raider, wide receiver.
My draft class.
Yep. So we're definitely going to get him involved as well. But just give a few. Matter of fact, real quick, I said this on my show yesterday, and I know you want to reiterate it as well. Thank you to Rob Ryan and salute to Lou.
Oh, dude.
Well, both of those guys provided us an experience that was phenomenal. The defensive coordinator for the Cincinnati Bengals, a close friend of Stu's. Rob Ryan, Raider great.
Lou Anarumo, yep.
Yes, and Rob Ryan, who had us on the sidelines, hanging out and kicking it, man. Just want to say once again, salute to those guys, and I know you wanted to talk about that a little bit as well.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, absolutely. Picking you up from the airport, we went to the team hotel, and I'm trying to thank you very much. Thank you. We had a chance to meet New York Pete, who. Oh. And forgive me, I don't even know what his last name is. He's just New York Pete. I mean, that's what he is, right? And we had a chance to meet up with him and his friend, and so it was great to see them. And then going to the game on Sunday, again, like you said, Lou Anarumo got us 4 tickets, and then Rob Ryan through Mark Davis got us sideline passes, and we had a chance to be on the sideline. And
Mark was looking for us, man. He was looking, and we were screaming at him. We just couldn't get to go, but it's okay. It's all good.
Well, we couldn't cross that yellow line, man. You know what I mean?
He almost got us kicked out, man. Hey, everybody alive was dying, bro. They were like, "Stu's fucking hilarious."
Oh, they can
on the live. It's on the live. We're on Instagram.
Like, what the fuck, man? Like, no. Because Scotty Touche, who was a trainer when I was there, he came by and I'm like, Scotty, he came over, gave me a hug. Bro, he was like, yo, hey, that line. I'm like, come on.
Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Man.
And then during the game also, I was very happy to get a chance to introduce you to Larry Delson, who's on the board of directors for the Raiders, and a guy
powerful, and you could tell,
dude,
his presence alone, you're around somebody.
He was the guy when I went back for the first time. It was, I think, 3 years ago when I went back to the Raiders for the Baltimore game. I think it was the opening game of the season a couple of years back. And they did the Raiders Mark did a kind of a dual thing with Raiders alumni and the Aces alumni, right? Yeah. So we signed autographs, something when we went upstairs to get some food before the game, and he came up to the table and was like, introduced himself, and we became really, really close friends. And I mean, a guy who, again, talked completely candid to me, which sometimes when I ask some of these questions, I'm like, I'm expecting.
I can't really talk about that.
Hey, man, and here I want to say this: when talking to Rob Ryan and talking to Larry and talking to New York Pete and hearing what Mark.
I was shocked at New York Pete. I was sitting there talking with him. Yeah, and I'm sitting there like, yo, he is candid as shit. Like he was just honest and open. And there were certain things because I told him, I said, look, I do a podcast. I said, Stu's on my show, so I know without saying it, like it's like I'm putting that out there to let you know I talk about football.
Well, here's the thing. Here they all know that, right? I mean, like when I'm sitting there talking to Larry, he said, man, he goes again. He's like, I love the shows because I said, first of all, Larry, you know this. I said, I love what you guys are doing. I said, we're always behind you. And he goes, Stu, no, I see it. He's like, I know that you guys are huge supporters of us, and we appreciate it, man. And that was pretty cool. You know what I mean? Again, these are some pretty fucking.
Thank you. You know one thing I love?
Motherfuckers.
I love that Rob Ryan said, you guys keep talking the way you guys are talking.
Yeah.
Like that. Like they don't want these fake guys talking Raider football. They want you to be like, call it how you see it.
Yeah.
For him to say that is fucking dope, bro. A legend. And Rob Ryan.
It was really cool because Rob's talking to me. I had a chance to talk to him yesterday for about an hour, and he said, yeah, I had a chance to meet Lou. And I'm like, oh, he goes, I know Lou. I respect Lou because actually Lou has coached with his brother, Rex. And Rex has a ton of respect. He goes, that's the first time I met him. I'm like, really? He said, yeah, Lou came up and was like, yo, where's your boy Stu at? And he's like, I don't know where that motherfucker's at. And I'm thinking, well, shit, I told Rob, I'm like, well, shit, we were almost getting kicked out at that time, I think.
Yeah.
We were at. Yeah.
And he said, fucking Stu.
Yeah. So, but for them to meet, and because of my relationship, that was really cool as well.
Yeah. And
then talking to Derek Burgess on the phone, and then just again, I mean, everyone in
hold on. Us drunk and you calling Norv Turner over and over and over again. Love
Norv Turner and Mike Allstott.
Yeah. Yo, I love it. I love it.
Yeah, so it was a great weekend. And you know, I'm sure you feel the same way. You know, there's a lot of anxiety that comes with those trips because you just want everything
to just
go work out great, and you just never know, right? Like you might,
we had a few hiccups. We had, salute to our brother Swag and Michelle and all our people at the Merch Fan Cave.
We went
to a cigar lounge and shit almost went left a little bit. It wasn't us. It wasn't on any of us. You know, you get around some drunk people and they don't know how to act. You know what I mean? But
yeah, big shout out to them. That was and what was, I can't remember what her son's name was. I'm not sure. I
forgot, but he was a good kid. Very good
great.
Kid.
I mean, we kicked it with them for a good minute and gave me
got your pin.
The One Nation pin.
Yeah.
One Nation Foundation, I think.
Hey, Stu, let me read this real quick. Yes, the One Nation Foundation.
Go for it.
Hey, Jorge, I love that, man. We appreciate you on the donation. He says he's a 23-year-old college running back, also a former U.S. vet, plays for a school in Washington called PNWCC. I would like to know if you can help
me Washington or D.C.?
I think it's Washington, the state of Washington.
Okay.
Hey, do this, Jorge. Can you send us some tape? Can you DM us maybe some tape on Instagram or Twitter? I'll be real with you.
Hold on. Are you sure you want to walk out at Purdue?
Hey, but Jorge, look, nobody can make any promises about anything, right? But just send us some tape. Let us check it out. You know what I mean? And definitely, Stu is tied in with Purdue. He lives on the campus. You know what I mean? But
here's the deal. Not only just Purdue. I mean, I have connections at a lot of universities.
Yeah, no, definitely.
One being Illinois State with Brock Spack. Obviously, my nephew at Grand Valley State. So
yeah.
I mean, absolutely. Please
send us some tape, Jorge, and we would definitely want to check it out, brother. We definitely will.
Absolutely.
And Hug says Washington State PNW Pacific Northwest Community College. So it's a JUCO. It's a JUCO.
Okay.
I love it. And also, before we get back to our
look at Moni's on here. I see Moni.
Look at Moni.
Yeah.
You already know. Always good to see her. Matt, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Scott Turner. We're going to talk about Norv. We're also going to talk about Ritter because we can say this. Let me say this first and foremost. We're going to keep some things disclosed today, you guys. We can't really talk about every source, but we can say that Robbo and company, they like Desmond Ritter, right? We can say that.
Larry, when I was talking to Larry, Robbo, New York. I mean,
What was the words that he said? They said in regards to Desmond Ritter.
So he first of all, he goes, man, the kid is a fucking, he's huge, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
in which we agree. That shit was crazy.
And he's like, he's got a great arm. He's a great kid, a great teammate. And he said, what we love is just his athleticism, the way he can move around. And I'm like, we said it right when he started getting warmed up. I mean, dink. And I'm sure people are going to, it's garbage time, but I don't give a fuck. He was bow, tutty. I mean, it looked like.
With a defensive line in his lap every time he snapped the football.
He was
immediately. He was sacked 4 or 5 times.
They weren't even blocking Hendrickson, right?
No. Like, bro, they left Mumford on the island with him.
I mean, they were, and
they left Mumford on the island, and then they had Amir Abdullah, I believe, like roll out into the flats. I'm like, bro, you could at least chipped away at him or something. Like, you can't leave that kid on the
get that little chicken wing in there. You got to give a little rib shot just to slow the dude down a little bit, man. But he was taking shots, man, and it was. I was excited to see him play, and I was. Thank you, Moni. I was excited as hell, and they like him. I mean, they now there's some other guys they're really not too keyed on at that position. You know what I'm saying? And I think we can all,
we can all kind of get the hint of who.
But again, is he the future? I'm not saying that, but I'm glad we got him. I mean, we have
25 games. Still, you can still develop him. Like
8 games left, right? Correct?
Yeah.
I mean, I like what he did. I mean, he's big, he's athletic, he can run, he can throw it.
That was a beautiful toss to Brock Bowers in the end zone.
Absolutely, it was, because there were other times where Brock was in the first half, he was open, and
a lot.
Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Before we get into the Norv, because you're a former Norv guy, right? Yep, Norv Turner drafted you.
Yes, absolutely.
So you were with him in Oakland for 2 years. So there's a very tight connection here with Norv Turner and Stu. So we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about Scott and what people think about, what he could bring to the table.
Yep.
But just what was your thoughts? A few thoughts on this game, against the Bengals.
I will say it was kind of bittersweet because obviously I want the Raiders to win.
Yes.
Right? But I was happy for Lou.
Your defense, your guy. Yes.
I was. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, his defense came out and they've been struggling a little bit, He
needed that more than we did.
Yeah. So it was one of those deals where, was it, I thought it was going to be a little closer. Well, I guess, was it 10-10 at half, or it was close at half?
We were down at the half, but it was close. It was close.
But then also in that third quarter, like all of a sudden this turnover here and then this and
wasn't it like 17-10 at the half or something like that? I think we were down.
I thought it was 10-10, but you might be right. The goddamn Houday.
Yeah. If you guys would have been dying, Stu was running around Cincinnati like, what the fuck does Houday mean? What does Houday mean? And I'm like,
isn't that the Saints?
Yeah, man. But hey, the fans were really cool. They definitely respected us, and
absolutely.
We hung out.
We were in the
family section.
Section. I mean, the woman in front of us was the mother of a linebacker they had.
Yeah, the linebacker, and then Mike Gesicki's fiance or girlfriend was next to her.
Yeah, right across.
And he scored 2 on us, which
then the little two kids behind us. They're about 8 or 9 years old, and I'm listening to them like, these little dudes know what they're talking about right now,
Yeah.
But very, very respectful, and because I was waiting, you just.
Yep.
There's, especially when alcohol's involved and when people go up, sometimes people's character when they're up and winning isn't always the best, but no one said anything. Everybody was, when we went out after the game to that really nice, that little spot, which was, I don't know if you guys have ever been to Cincinnati, but there's this area where cars can't go, and it's literally just a street.
Blocked off little street with all clubs and bars.
Yeah. And we were in there, and every Raiders fan we chopped it up with, and most of them were all, I think some of them are probably in here that we saw.
Yeah.
And then the Cincinnati fans were, they were cool.
Shit, both of them are buying us drinks. You know what I mean? So it was a good time, man. Salute to everybody out there in the Cincinnati area that was a part of the trip and all that good stuff. And, we definitely had a ball.
Look what Moni said.
Yeah, she said Graphk needs a raise holding Stu back. And what's funny? I think that Stu damn near had to do that for me more at the cigar lounge.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, we're not going to go into that story. That shit was funny as hell. But no, I promise you, Stu was on his best behavior the entire trip. Well, now, don't get me wrong, when those Crown and Coke start kicking in at the game and we started getting beat more and more and more, Stu was like, I wish a motherfucker would. and that shit started to fly, and I'm like, oh, fuck, here we go. Johnny said, hey, we're about to head out, y'all. He already left. Johnny and his wife left.
Hey, no, but Johnny.
Yeah. Yeah, he started falling asleep and shit. Yeah.
He goes, I wasn't sleeping. I was not sleeping. I'm like, yo. And he's like,
you were knocked out.
He's like, I'm faded.
Look, we're not going to go into the specifics of, you know, some of the I mean, I think some of these conversations we're going to have are pretty blatant. You're going to kind of get an idea of what we're talking about. But then there's some people you guys really have no idea. Norv Turner and Scott Turner. Let's go into that discussion real quick. Scott was named the interim offensive coordinator. Now his dad, Norv Turner, is our senior assistant on the offensive side of the ball, who's going to help him, you know, run the O for the rest of the season. How are you feeling about that? And some calls that you've had, you were on calls all night last night.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. I had some really, really good conversations, and a lot of times it's hard to talk to these guys for that long because they're busy, right? I mean, they got practice, they're flying, they're traveling, they're going.
These are prominent guys that have ties to the Raider to Raider Nation, that have been in the building, worked with them, and all that.
So I'll say this: obviously, Norv Turner, as far as an offensive coordinator, he's probably one of the best that there's been. I mean, he's a great offensive.
He's the architect of the Dallas Cowboys offense.
Yeah.
On that mean Super Bowl run in the early 90s.
And I've always liked Norv. You know, his personality was always good. He was respectful, you know, but you know, when he talked, you listen to him. I mean, he's got a pedigree, you know, so, you know, for him to come in and to be able to coach with his son, I don't think it's not going to be, there's no negative I don't see to it. I mean, it's not going to be.
Dude, let me push back on you real quick. Right. I want your opinion on this. I don't have a problem with Norv Turner coming in to help his son. It's just a special advisor, right? That's what he is. Essentially, he's the Rob Ryan of the offense now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, but the thing is, I'm just sick of the Raiders doing these Raider.
Oh, wait, hold on, back up. While it's in my head, Robbo is going to be on the field.
Yes. And a few people were talking about that. I told you yesterday in the show saying Rob needs to be, you know, on ground level. Well, he will be on the sideline moving forward. He will not be in the box.
Which is huge, guys.
He's been up there with Patrick Graham pretty much the whole season, I believe.
Yeah. With his presence, not just with the D line, not just with the defense, but the offense, the special teams. He's a guy that you just like to be able to just look at sometimes and just, hey, you know, just to give you the thumbs up I mean, you know, obviously everyone knows. I mean, the Ryan family, as far as football goes, I mean, I don't know.
The greatest defensive mind.
Yeah. And Rob, and he even said it. He goes, Stu, you know, there's been some articles that has pissed me the fuck off.
I love that you're going to go into this because this is where that conversation about you guys keep breaking the news the way you guys break the news because a lot of these outlets are bullshit. Now, for those who don't know in the nation, there was an article, I don't know where it was, but it went viral the other day. It might have been Bleacher Report that stated that Robbo and a few other senior guys, Marvin Lewis, were pretty much just in Vegas collecting a check. And they don't care about, what's going on in terms of wins, losses, none of that. They just want to get their money. Now, Robbo had an interesting thing to say about that, and he had some pushback.
He told me, he goes, Stu, he goes, you know, and he didn't say the name or whatever, but he said this article came out that was saying that I'm just out here just trying to collect a check. He goes, Stu, do you know how many job offers that I've had for multiple millions of dollars
more money
than what I'm making here with the Raiders? He's like, but I don't give a shit about the money. I'm a Raider. Because I did say this because I did ask. I said, Rob, job secure, like, are we good? He's like, no, I'm good. And that's when he kind of went into it. And he's told me some of the offers he's had college-wise. I mean, multi-million dollars more than what he's making with the Raiders. But he goes, I'm not going anywhere. I want to do everything I can because I love Mark. I love his dad. I love the organization. I love the players. I love the fans. I am in this thing because I'm a Raider and I want this team to be as best as they can.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I would know. I've been around coaches who don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Who are just collecting the check, you know? And I can get how someone might say that, but he was fucking pissed.
Yeah.
He was fucking pissed. Which
he was. Yeah, definitely was. But you know what? I love that because he cares. That should let you know it's not just a paycheck because he actually gives a fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
and here's the deal. A lot of times, just like players, what have I said? They don't give a fuck. They say they're these Raiders, but as soon as someone gives them a little bit more money, we're
gone.
They're gone.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And for someone to turn down money, because you never know, right, when your last day is. So to turn down money, it shows that he is here because he wants to be here, because he respects it, because he enjoys it, and he wants this organization to be the best that he can. And I'm going to tell you, Marvin Lewis, he coached the Senior Bowl when I was in it. Mm-hmm. And everyone I've ever talked to loves Marvin Lewis. Mm-hmm. So I don't listen. These guys have families. They can retire if they want to. They don't need to they're not going to be putting up with this bullshit if they don't want to be there.
They made millions of dollars already.
It's too much work. It's too much work and time away from your family to do it just to collect a check for these guys.
Yeah.
These older guys, you know what I mean, that have been head coaches, who have been to Super Bowl.
Well, see, I like that you said that because this is my pushback with Norv Turner. I don't have an issue with Norv Turner. I know what he's done, and help propel this game. Mm-hmm. I know, he wasn't the greatest head coach, right, at all. No. But as an offensive coordinator early in the 90s, he was phenomenal, right? Yep. The thing is this, Stu, and I want your opinion on this. I'm just sick of he was retired. He hasn't seen the NFL, I think, since 2018, 2019. He was the offensive coordinator.
It's been that long.
Yeah, it's been 6 years since he's been an offensive coordinator for the Carolina Panthers.
Was he in Minnesota? He was in Minnesota.
Before that, it was 2014 to 2016, I believe.
Okay.
But then he went to Carolina. But
he was with his son in Minnesota, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But the thing is, it's just such a Raider move. At what point do you change things? You get what I'm saying? And mind you, Norv's not coming in to call the O. He's not the head coach. So I don't have an issue with Norv Turner per se. I'm just stating that this is such a Raider move. We're already embarrassed this year. We're 2-7. We're looking at a top 3 draft pick. You fire Luke Getsy and then you make Scott Turner, which is cool. I'm okay with that. I wanted him to be the OC last year, but then you hire Norv, and it's just
he was on staff, correct?
Who?
Turner. Already.
Yes.
And like I said, I'm not sure if it is his son. Is that do you know if that's positive?
Everybody said that it was his son, and I remember you were saying that maybe his nephew,
his nephew, his brothers, one of his brother's kids.
I think it's his son.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. Let me see. I'm gonna look this up.
Look it up. Look it up real quick.
Scott Turner's his son.
Okay.
Yeah. Real quick. Salute to Hug. Bringing back Norv Gruden. Let's call Jamarcus and Hayward Bay free rugs and get Arnett out there. Last Boy Scout action. Yo, salute to Hug on the $5. I love that you mentioned that because this is one conversation we're not going to detail about. But you guys, a familiar face.
Oh, he's coming back. Dude.
He wants to come back. He wants to come back, and I'm gonna.
When I say, but not necessarily. I mean, I'm not saying with the Raiders, but
not necessarily. Yes.
Yeah, but there's a guy who I've been loving his fucking videos.
Gruden on YouTube is absolutely hilarious. I knew that you were gonna be the one that was gonna love his shit, and here's the thing. When I talk to players, like for instance, like Warren Sapp, said, who was with Gruden when they won a Super Bowl. He said Gruden's one of the best guys and one of the best coaches he's ever been around. And most people that played under him say that.
Yeah. And I've had my, I don't know him. I mean, I've had my thoughts of where I thought, it's sometimes he wants to make it more about him than the players, and he likes to do the coach's Q or the QB whatever, and he kind of belittles these. It has too much terminology, and I don't think you need all that. But I like his energy, man. Like that motherfucker, dude. Like his videos. Like I'm like, yo, like. But again, there is some serious talk about him and another guy that was an OC for us. That could be very interesting that I would love to see back in the NFL. I'm not saying with us, but I think they're guys and here's the thing. And talking with Rob, talking with Lou Anarumo, talking with let's see, Rob, Lou Anarumo. What other coach did I talk to? Shit. I can't remember. There's another one. But anyways, there's not a lot of good coaches.
Yeah.
There's not. There's like coach, it's and again, I had this conversation.
Slim pickings.
I said, I thought the higher you go up, the better shit's gonna get. And it's almost the fucking opposite, to be honest with you. Like, which you would think, like, are you shitting me? But like, so that's why you see, and again, here's what I like. Okay. For instance, here at Purdue right now, okay, I'm going to use this as a perfect fucking example.
We're
Purdue,
1-8 right now. 1-8.
We are probably one of the worst football teams in college football, bar Division 1, 2, or we're bad.
Yeah,
we're fucking bad. Okay, and I've tried my best, and there's a lot of guys, aka Rod Woodson, Mike Allstott, Jim Everett, Chris Dishman, Kyle Orton, Rob Ninkovich, Bernard Pollard. The list goes on. I've got Taylor Stubblefield, guys who have reached out to say, hey,
use me.
Yes.
Yeah.
With no response. So when I look at that, I go, okay, here's someone. Now, if they were fucking 9-0 and they weren't returning call, shit, hey, you guys got to figure it out. Shit, you got it.
You don't need me. Yeah.
You're not using your resources. What I like about AP is he's using everybody he can from the football world to bring in to help this team fucking win.
But at what point do we give up on that philosophy if it's not working, Stu?
After this year.
Okay. So okay, then me and you are on the same page in terms of AP there. Because look, when I say fire him and move on from him, I don't mean this year. See it out.
Yeah.
Get through the season, and then next year, you figure out what other options are out there.
We fire him, then what? What the fuck? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
It makes zero sense.
Trip, I want to hand this one to Stu because I know he's going to disagree with you. Does the team have any hope as long as Mark Davis is the owner? He has low IQ and makes bad decisions 24/7. He is lucky his last name is Davis. Trip, I'm going to give this one to Stu right here.
Okay. Well, go. Can you go back? I want to read that again.
Yes, I definitely will. Trip, and mind you, you're free to have any kind of opinion you want over you. With all love, regardless of anything. So go ahead, Trip.
So first of all, to begin with, I don't think he doesn't have a low IQ, which I don't know how you would even know what his IQ is to begin with, Trip. You say he makes bad decisions 24/7.
He turned this organization into one of the most powerful financial powerhouses in the NFL, being one of the bottom of the barrel in Oakland.
Yes. As far as, and then I brought that up with Rob Ryan. I said, Rob, well, we couldn't get no one to come to fucking Oakland. And nothing against Oakland. I love Oakland.
Oh, we know you do. Yeah.
He goes, with our facilities in the stadium, it was the cost of living. It didn't make any sense. We couldn't get anybody. Yeah. If we did, it was, guys that were just kind of collecting the
check. Yeah.
Yes. Right. So what he did as far as bringing the team to Vegas to go from always we're in the bottom 31, 32 as far as team revenues goes, as far as, what teams are worth. Now we're in the top 3. And with that extra money, it opens things up to a lot of great things. So, and here's the other thing. Mark Davis is actually an owner that allows his people that he hires, he gives them the chance to fucking do their shit. Like, he's not micromanaging motherfuckers. Now, he's going to be there and he's going to, hey,
he was very present at the game. I'll tell you that.
Absolutely.
And most of the time he was stuck to AP's hip.
Players love him. And here's the thing that people don't realize is what he does for the alumni, for the Raiders, is unfucking believable. Mm-hmm. And that's the thing I don't think that I think that gets lost because it saves lives. He saved lives by what he does for the alumni. Look what he did for us.
Yeah.
Look at fucking the shit I put up with over here at fucking Purdue.
Yeah.
And last year at the Colts game with my nephew, we're on the fucking side. And then going to this game, him
hitting up Rob Ryan and saying, "Give me Stu's number. I need to call him." Or where was he at? This is the owner of the Raiders who has a lot more business and a lot more shit to deal with we're still thinking about contacting you. Now, all that I agree with, Stu.
But I want to say that. But I want to say this.
Okay.
Obviously, he's going to hire guys, and he's going to let them work. So, is it really his? If the person's not working out, yeah. Hey, do we make some mistakes on some guys? Yeah, but that's not his responsibility. He hired you. He's paying you. You do your fucking job. Do your fucking job. That's not on him. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, think about it. This guy, he's on the fucking side. I mean, listen, I love Al Davis. And you know my relationship with Al Davis. But that was an ornery motherfucker towards the end. Bro. That was an ornery motherfucker.
My way or the highway, motherfucker.
Like when he came down the hallway, you're like, oh,
fuck. There goes Al.
hey, Mr. Davis. Right? What'd you see Mark doing? People are coming up to him. He's giving players high fives. He's addressing fans. I mean, you can only put so much on him. There's at the same time, it's up to the players that he brings in. Do your fucking job. The coaches, the front office. Like, he can't sit there and do everything, you know? So when you obviously Tripp, I mean, I'm going to say he has a low IQ and he messes up 24/7. I think you're full of fucking shit, man.
There you go. Salute to Justin. I like this question. Got a question for Stu. Which offense was better, the bed and breakfast of 2006 or Luke Getsy's 4 runs in a cloud of dust?
It's very fucking similar.
Yeah. Yeah. Salute to you, man.
It's very fucking. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna go with my 06 offense because those are my homies.
Yeah,
I know those guys. So I'm gonna take the bed and breakfast motherfucker.
Real quick, for those who are pulling in right now and they're asking once again, there's a bunch of people, got 1,000 people in the building. Salute to everybody, man. Wipe them feet. Whether you're watching on Stu's channel or my channel,
yeah, thank you very much, everybody.
Yeah. Appreciate you guys. Give up another real quick, just analysis of the whole John Gruden situation. One more time, because people are asking what happened with John Gruden, and you know, basically in a nutshell, you guys, he wants to come back. And he wants to rally his troops, the guys that were with him. Yes. He wants to bring his guys back, and he wants to.
And again, I'm not saying anything with the Raiders by any means, nothing with the Raiders, but I think you're going to see him once the season's done. He's going to be back in this.
I would actually take the Raiders out of this hunt because, and I don't want to. Oh, nobody knows. This guy kind of has a gripe with the Raiders.
Oh, my guy?
Yeah,
they're good.
Okay.
That's all settled. That's all.
Gotcha.
That's all settled.
Okay.
Settled. But
well, there you have it. But
again, I think Gruden is the guy that the NFL needs. I believe that he's the guy that the NFL not only has players but fans and just the business of the NFL. He's someone that needs. He's too good and he's too much of a fucking character.
Personality, yes.
Because again, at the end of the day, we're entertainers. We are fucking entertainers.
Yeah.
We are out there to entertain. And I don't know, as far as a coach, if there's anyone better than him.
The Saints would be an interesting team with DC out there. They'll have another high draft pick. So if he doesn't think DC is the guy this time, which he passed up on Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady for Derek Carr. So maybe he'd want to go there. They need a head coach. They just fired Dennis Allen. That would be an interesting piece. But you guys, look, Gruden wants to come back. He wants to get back into football. Period, point blank. He wants to be a head coach again. And hey, if that's what he does, more power to him, man.
I think there's some team out there that will have the opportunity. If they pass up on it, I think they'd be stupid. I really do.
Just not us.
We've done it twice now. I mean, no disrespect, but what
is it? The definition of insanity.
Yeah, doing the same thing, expecting a different outcome.
Salute the 10 Commandments. The subtraction of Getsy increased our average football IQ 50 points. Stupidity, like Mumford at wideout. Yeah, that was disgusting. Has been greatly reduced. Inside zone block at the goal line eliminated. We can only improve. And see, 10 Commandments. That was the reason why I'm like, if they're trying to tank, then why would they try to get better? Moving on from Luke Getsy. I know that you kind of need a scapegoat at this point where you got to move somebody, right? But it's
as a head coach, shit rolls downhill. Like, I remember that one player said, "Hey, listen, as a player, your ass is gonna be fired before me. And I'm gonna be fired before the fucking DC.
Yeah,
the DC is gonna be fired before the head coach. So it's just, but there's always so many people you can get rid of when it's like, well, hey, it's kinda, you're on the block, bro.
Damaj, I love that. No business owner has ever batted 1,000 for hires. This is facts.
No, you're absolutely right.
And remember, you guys, Mark is only a decade and a half in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it hasn't been that long since Mark has truly taken over. And, we've had 2 playoff appearances under him, which is a lot more than God rest Al. He's the GOAT. But, at the end, it was bad. It was bad with Al. You know what I'm saying? So
I was going to say this, for him to have the name that he fucking does and the power that he has and the money and the influence for him to be as humble as he is and go to so many people for advice, like that's pretty cool, man. Because a lot of lot of guys wouldn't do that. Fuck that. I'm doing this, and I guarantee you, dude, behind the scenes, he's talking to, obviously, one of his favorites is Woodson. And I'm pretty sure everyone in here respects and trusts that motherfucker. Again.
And we've been privy to a few of those conversations through Wood, Lucy Wood, and the respect level is there between both of them. Like, I'm telling you now, man, I like that he leans on the Richard Seymours, the Tom Brady's, the Charles Woodsons.
Why the fuck would you not? Come on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That again, that shows the type of person he is, where he again, he could tell a lot of people, go fuck. His dad did, go fuck you. I don't give a shit. This is what we're fucking doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's different, and I respect that, because I think in today you need to surround yourself with successful people, and what the people he's bringing in there, and you know what? He's not scared to get rid of motherfuckers.
No.
So
he's done it multiple times.
Yeah.
He said DC4 and grew together with the Saints would be a certain YouTuber's dream. Salute to Mateo. Salute to Trip. Can you argue that McDummy was actually better than AP? And did the players like AP because he let them do whatever they want? No, that is not true at all. Because guess what, Trip?
Good question. Good question.
Yeah, but when you have a Marvin Lewis, you have a Joe Philbin, you have all these OGs that have had head coaching experience. They're not going to allow AP to get ran over in that locker room by anyone. And AP's not going to allow anybody to run over him either. Because guess what? He's a player before he's a coach. So, and we've heard certain instances.
Oh, shit.
Dog, that story, Stu, is fucking crazy, bro. Like, and I know we can't talk about crazy. Let me just say this, y'all. AP don't take no shit. Let's just say that. like he don't take no shit. So, no, the players cannot do whatever they want. Trip, it may look like that from the outside looking in because they get the cigars when we win and the 6'4" and hyping his players up. No, that could be that's the furthest thing from the truth. Yeah. They cannot get away with anything.
And McDummy was he was a fucking asshole, prick, piece of shit, man. He's a fucking asshole. Along with whatever that GM was he brought with them. Fuck, they're
Ziegler, and he's out there shitting the bed now with New Orleans. So
Oh, is that?
Yeah.
That's the thing, man. Some of these guys, it's like, God, we got to keep recycling these motherfuckers. Like,
yeah.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, it's crazy to me. Like,
give us real quick, man. What do you a lot of people, and this is true. It is true. Scott Turner was afforded an opportunity at the NFL level because of his father. What he has done, and rightfully so, right? We all want to be able to put our sons on. At some point, if my son chooses to want to cover football, this
platform. Like,
yeah, no, like, bro, I already utilize all my fucking.
Why do you think I moved down to Purdue? So my kids get every fucking advantage over here with the coaches and facilities and fucking hey, if I could do any poll with my kid now, I'll be honest with them with shit like, hey man, it's like I'm not gonna let them go in and fuck shit up. Like, yo, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? But I'm definitely, if I have an opportunity to make a phone call and say, hey, can I get my kid in there? Yeah, all right. Like, who the fuck, what dad or mom wouldn't do that?
Exactly. But
no, like
what's your thoughts now, and how, knowing Norv Turner, the guy that drafted you out of Purdue in the third round? This is how, hey, we didn't say anything. We didn't say shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm just saying, like, you knowing Norv the way you know him, how hands-on will he be? And you had a lot younger Norv at that point in his career.
Yeah.
How hands-on do you think he'll be?
How old is Norv right now? He's got to be in his 70s, probably.
He's for sure in his 70s. I think he's like 71, 72.
Okay.
Yeah. How hands-on do you think he'll be with this offense going forward? And what can we expect out of Norv?
I honestly believe that Norv is honestly speak when spoken to. Like, I feel like he's there. He's not, I don't see him being a guy that's, the big dick pissing contest. He's going to be there for his son. He's going to be there as a resource for the players. He's not, he really, as far as I see, I never thought he had an ego. I think he's just there as a resource, and hey, this, well, yeah, that's probably good. Or, hey, you ever thought of, think about maybe this in this situation, or this is what we did in Dallas when we were up against that or whatever. So he's not going to be like
so hands-on where he's
fucking, people say they like him, but like Jack Del Rio, who tries to fucking run everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think Norv has anything to prove to anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just want, again, these guys love football just like I do. They want to be around it. They miss it. And think about, can you imagine fucking having your son to be able to be with your son and like be in that situation, to have that opportunity again? Like,
and not only that, this may be Scott's last chance at an OC job, right? So
you know what? That's probably why
Norv is like, whatever I need to do in order for you to maybe secure this job or another one, we can't have you falling out of favor and you not being able to be at this level again. So, maybe Norv's coming out there as, hey man, let's try and make sure moving forward that you can stay in this league, because how this is it's a revolving door, at the coaching position. And more than anything, you're the one that put me up on game with all the politics with the coaching staffs behind the scenes. If that's my guy, he's coming with me. I don't care who, this, that, so on and so forth. That's my guy. He's coming. We're a package deal. So,
well, and again, you're talking about some pretty fucking like respected names in the fucking sport the last 30 years that are on our fucking staff. Like, it can only be good as far as that shit go. As I'm thinking this as a fucking, well, these players are different though. If it were back then and I'm a free agent, I'm like, they have fucking 3 former head coaches and a fucking 6-time Super Bowl champ.
Bro, I thought the same shit going into the season. I'm like, how can we lose with all this brain trust around us? But here we are.
Well, injuries.
Speaking of injuries, I'm going to ask you this, too. AP had his presser after the game, and he stated, no, it's our bye week, which we needed. We're beat up right now. A lot of injuries. Yeah. We're not even having a practice with the new offensive coordinator and the new quarterback. He's giving the guys a week off. What do you think about that? Because we do have a lot of injuries.
It's funny it's actually funny that you bring that up, because when I was talking to Rob, I said, because we were talking about family and stuff, and he was going to visit family. I said, so when are you taking off? He's like, actually, in about an hour here. I'm like, and this was yesterday, so Tuesday. I'm like, so you guys don't, like, I'm thinking, what's your schedule this week, right? I'm thinking, Monday you come in like normal.
Yeah, get back to it.
You practice Tuesday, you practice Wednesday, and maybe you're out. This is what we used to do. You're out by 10 o'clock on Thursday, right? Then you have Friday, Saturday, and then you start right off like with Monday or Sunday, so you get a couple of days off. So I was actually surprised about that when he told me, no, we got the whole week off, and I wouldn't want that as a player. Like,
I just feel like you're putting.
I hated bye weeks.
But you love the game, but the thing is, you're putting Desmond Ridder even further behind the curve. of not having a new opportunity to get this new playbook down with this OC, with try to get that, camaraderie together.
Well, maybe we don't know, but maybe there is a group where he is at the facilities and he is there and he is.
And I don't know. I don't know. That could be the case. I just know that you got a week off and you're going back on the road, a far East Coast game against the Miami Dolphins, right? And we already know that we've struggled in recent memory traveling east and trying to win football games. And they're a team that is losing left and right as well. So this is a winnable game. I'm just assuming that they would go out there, all hands on deck. Let's get this new system down. And it kind of makes me feel a little bit more like, yeah, they just really don't give a fuck, man. Like, they don't give a shit. And I'm not saying the players. I'm not saying the players. And I'm not even saying certain coaches. I'm just saying that it just seems as a whole, man, this thing is.
But again, I'll say this, okay? That's the head coaches. Those are decisions as a head coach that really a head coach is responsible for. Like, how are we scheduling, right? I'll say this, okay? In 2006, we talked about Norv, Art Shell and, the fucking hotel management guy, right? That whole year, bro, we wore pads and pants, helmets, the entire fucking season, right? Mm-hmm. But then you had Shanahan in Denver, and by like week 3, they're having they call it hat practices.
Yeah.
And they went to the playoffs that year, and we went 2 in fucking 14, right? Yeah. So, you know what? I mean, to me, I didn't like having that. It got me out of my rhythm of the season, right? Mm-hmm. But maybe it's just one of them deals where it's like, hey, listen, here's the deal, guys. Do what you got to fucking do. Come back on Sunday and let's fucking go.
I just think if you're 8-0, you're the Kansas City Chiefs, man, take a week off. Take a week off. We're 2-7, man. Like we got to get better at every facet of the game. Like, and I understand that we have to be healthy.
Let me say this. There's nothing they can practice in 2 days that's gonna really do anything. I'll tell you that. To be honest with you.
Okay.
Like, yeah, you can kind of watch some film, but like the team's playing a team that week, so you're gonna watch a different game the next week. And yeah, I mean, you can. Throwing 20 balls in 2 days. Yeah. Is that really? I mean, it's almost like, guys, just get your fucking.
So okay, so let me ask you this then: just regular week of practice leading up to Miami, without the bye week in play. That the guys go get rest up, get healthy, so on and so forth. Does Scott Turner essentially still run Luke Getsy's system without implementing this whole playbook? Is it kind of like a slow process of we'll throw in a few plays here and there, or do we just continue to run the offense that we've been running? Because you can't implement a whole new offense in a week.
So I'm going to say this: I have no idea on that. I don't know
the dynamic between those guys,
like process of having a different. Because I always had Robbo, right? I had different head coaches, but Robbo was always our coach. So I don't know. Let's say he gets fired, also someone comes up. Does that guy just come in and go, we're changing everything up? Defensively, you could probably do that because it's a little more cut and dry. I mean, you can only play cover 2, 4, 3. Yeah. Offensively, I've got
that's a different ballgame.
You're gonna have different, what do they call mentalities, right? Hey, when we're in third and short, I like to pass, or I like play action. Hey, if it's second and long, someone else likes screens. You know what? I don't like screens. I like dig routes, or I like draws, or I have a feeling that, if it's 4th and 2 yards, we're going for it, right?
So more just, I think if anything, maybe Scott Turner changes situational. It's more situational football, like Bo Hardigree did last year, right? He didn't change Josh McDaniels' system, but the offense got better when he left because I think he used the right plays in right situations.
Yeah.
You think maybe Scott Turner just does that moving forward with no?
Probably maybe. Again, I don't know if it was a complicated things. If guys didn't understand it, so you simplify it, you cut things back a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I mean I don't know. Offensively, I don't know enough offensively, and I wish I did. I just I don't have any experience with that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I've got to believe you're going to keep the same terminology. I mean, there's only one route tree, right? I mean, you only call a 4 route a 5 route. I mean, there's not different that. You know what I mean? So I mean, I'll be honest with you. Like when I had my indoor football team, my quarterback AJ
McCarron? Was it AJ McCarron? No, I'm AJ McCarron. Way later.
Jesus crazy. I'm fucking.
You was in the league, right?
Yeah, he played. He played for the Saints for a little bit. Great AJ McKenna, and he literally would. He had this brain where he'd come up and just go 7-6-5, like and that would be the routes, and they just run that route. You know what I mean? There was no plays or whatever. So I mean, you can make it very fucking simple. Yeah, like very simple. To be honest,
whatever they do, I just hope that they need to get the O-line and the run game on the same page.
Well, remember, how many offensive linemen did we lose on Thursday or Sunday? 3.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck. I mean, I thought for a minute we're going to put tight ends at fucking.
I told them literally every chance we got up to go get a beer.
Every time.
Or use the bathroom, we'd stop and be like, no fucking way again. We would stop on the staircase, you guys, every fucking time. Somebody else? Like, what the fuck? Cody Whitehair, Andres Pete, just back to back to back.
Fucking guy, you know, I don't know those guys. I didn't even know who the fuck they were. We're getting fucking
called out. Yeah, it's fucking crazy. Salute to Rube. If we didn't have a new OC, I would understand. We should be cleaning up the offense this week. Not a new playbook, but clean up some stuff. Salute to my guy Ruben, and that's kind of where I am, Rube. Just, hey man, look, at the end of the day, I'm not expecting these guys to win a bunch of football games. All I'm expecting is these guys to go out there and be more competitive than what they've been, not getting blown out week in and week out. If you go out to Miami and put up a nothing burger, that's absolute insanity. Just go out there and be competitive. That's all I want you guys. Look, I already know what's at stake. Draft capital. We got to get our quarterback next year. But I just want to be competitive. Let's just be competitive. Find a way to start running the football more effectively. And let's just put up more points and just find a way to get competitive so this thing doesn't look that bad. Look, I don't know about you guys. I enjoy watching great football. I'm a football fan. I'm a Raider fan first, but I'm a football fan. I just want to watch fun football. And this team is not fun at all. This team is terrible.
I'll call you here.
It's terrible. Let me see. Off topic, Dolph. Graphk, do you think that Brady was actually a long-term vision partner for Mark? Yes, he was. Mark has no kids. Do you think he'd sell to Brady when the time comes? That's a great question. I don't know if he would, but I mean, you would think that. That's kind of.
When I talk to Mark, you're going to buy that bitch. Put that bitch on layaway right now. Just make payments for the next 850,000 years.
Hey, we talked. Yeah. Did we low key? We said. I think we talked about that last night.
Hey, Mark, 20 hours a week, bro, for the next 5,000 fucking years.
Yo,
hey, unfortunately, I do have to go. I got to pick my daughter up right now, man. So
no, you're good, brother. You're good. We were gonna do an hour anyways, so no worries. We'll run one back.
Get off the phone, Stu. Fuck you, man.
Ron Justice, our guy. Salute to Ron.
No, hey, everybody. Like, I'm just gonna say we had a ton of fun, and it was great. I just want to say it was great seeing all the fans and the supporters of the show, and just.
The love was real.
There was even I want to say I think there was even some Cincinnati fans that are going to be probably in here right now. Like when we're talking to them and shit.
We were telling everybody about the show and talking.
So I guess what's next for you? Are you going to be off till?
No, I mean the bye week. We'll be talking about the Miami game, next week. We'll kind of start diving into that slowly but surely. We'll talk about the draft process. We got some more guests and stuff coming on as well. Bye weeks is usually slow anyway. You know how this shit goes too. So
because they have 2 now, right? It's 2. They have 2 bye weeks, don't they? Or
no,
am I
one.
Mistaken?
One. I think college football is like that, right?
College.
Yeah, but not the NFL. We get one.
I'll give you a call later. Okay. Hey, love everybody, man. Go Raiders, and I'm okay with what we're doing right now. So.
There you go, brother. Go.
Hey, but then again, hey, what the fuck do I know, right?
Salute to my brother Stu. And for those who are just joining, didn't get an opportunity to see what's going on, had a conversation with someone that's very close, very, very close to John Gruden. He is ready to get back into the NFL. He wants to coach. He wants to bring back his old coaching staff with him. So keep an eye on that. I don't know what that entails or what that means, but he does want another shot at the NFL. So he loves what he's doing with YouTube and all that good stuff, but he definitely wants to bounce back into the NFL as a head coach. We talked about Robbo telling us that, the organization loves what Desmond Ridder's been doing behind the scenes on and off the field. They believe that, he has all the intangibles of being a great quarterback moving forward. So it's something to monitor moving forward this season, right? We got 8 games left. Let's see what Desmond Ridder can do for us. What else did we talk about? We talked about Norv Turner, Scott Turner. There's a lot of stuff behind the scenes, where people were calling and saying, oh my God, I can't believe that, Scott Turner was afforded this opportunity. It's all because of his dad. Well, hey, you guys, I mean, that may be true, but at the end of the day, man, anyone that has kids here, you would love to be able to hand down opportunities to your little ones, right? You would love to do that. So to be in place to be able to do that, you can't beat up Norv for that. You can't beat up Scott Turner for that, right? So, but yeah, a few things to talk about. But interested, it looks like Gruden wants to come back. Now, not to say the Raiders per se, but he definitely wants to make a return to the NFL. Real quick, you guys, salute to our proud sponsors once again over at BetUS. This show is powered by BetUS. Make sure to head over there and get 150% bonus on your first deposit, 125% off your next 2 deposits by using promo code YouTube150 up to $2,000. Fastest payouts in the industry. Check them out. Tell them Graphk Raiders sent you. Once again, salute to our proud sponsors over at BetUS. This live stream is powered by BetUS. Salute to Hug for bringing back Arnett and Click Clack. Talk that shit, Hug. Talk. But we'll kind of go more into detail with this conversation. We were going to only do an hour-long show. Stu had to go get his kids. I have to go get mine as well. My son has a big playoff game this week. If they win, they're in the Super Bowl. So I got to get him prepared, get him ready. I'm not missing his practice today. I missed the playoff game because I was in Cincinnati, and my dog had like 5-6 receptions, a pick to win the game. I refuse to miss any more snaps of my son's football. So other than that, man, love you guys. Appreciate you guys. We'll be back all week long with a bunch of content. Salute. Love y'all. One.